One of the craziest things I've seen so far in 2026 is that you cannot get a Tecno Spark or Infinix Hot smartphone for around 150,000 naira anymore. The all-new Tecno Spark 50 costs about 175,000 naira, and for that price, we're getting some really impressive specs and features. However, there appears to be another option called the Infinix Hot 70, which costs 10,000 naira more, claiming to be much better deal. So in this video, I'm putting them across my usual 7 categories to find out which one is actually worth your money and which one you should completely avoid. Let's kick things off with the design and build quality, because whether we like it or not, this is probably the first thing that's going to influence your buying decision. Now, I have to give Tecno some credit here because the Spark 50 genuinely looks good. It's got this rectangular camera model with a nice two-tone finish, one color across the back and another around the camera island. It's simple, it's clean, and honestly, it doesn't scream budget phone. If anything, it looks like something that should cost a bit more than it actually does. The Hot 70, on the other hand, has a completely different personality. Instead of trying to look minimal, Infinix decided to have a little fun with it. They've introduced this dynamic shine design with up to 8 different color options, and one of them, the orange version, actually changes color depending on the temperature. Leave it somewhere cool and it gets darker. Warm it up and it becomes lighter again.
That's pretty good.
Now, is that the kind of feature you buy a phone because of? Probably not, but I can't lie, it's still pretty cool. When it comes to durability though, things get a little more interesting. Both phones can handle dust and water splashes just fine, but the Hot 70 technically has the better protection with its IP65 rating compared to the Spark 50's IP64 rating. Is it a massive difference? Not really. In day-to-day use, I don't think most people will ever notice. After looking at both phones, I honestly couldn't separate them. One looks a little more premium, the other has the better water resistance. The Spark 50 gives us a proper drop rating, the Hot 70 gives us a more playful design. So for me, this category ends exactly where it started, a draw. And if you are enjoying this video so far, kindly tap that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you very much. Now, let's move on to the external features we are going to interact with every single day. At first, these two phones seem almost identical. Both of them give you stereo speakers, a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, as well as Freelink 2.0 and Ultralink, which lets compatible Tecno and Infinix phones communicate completely offline over surprisingly long distances. And honestly, that's genuinely impressive technology. In addition to that, both also come with an IR blaster, which is always nice to have if you are the type that keeps losing the TV remote every 5 minutes. So far, nothing really separates them, but then you start paying attention to the little details. The first thing is this dedicated AI button on the Hot 70. Now, normally I'd be the first person to tell you that companies throw the letters AI onto absolutely everything these days, but I actually like this implementation. One press and you're straight into Folax or Flash Memo without having to go searching through your apps. It's quick, convenient, and more importantly, it's something you probably end up using quite often if AI is already part of your daily routine. The Spark 50 doesn't have anything like that. Then there's something else I didn't expect to care about as much as I did, the notification lights. I know, it sounds like such a tiny feature, but once you have used the phone with one, it's surprisingly useful. You can tell you've got a message or a missed call from across the room without even touching your phone. It's one of those old school features that somehow still make a lot of sense today, and the Spark 50 misses out on that too. So although both phones share the most of the basics, I think Infinix has done a better job adding features that actually improve the everyday experience. That said, I was expecting the display to give one of these phones a chance to pull ahead. Instead, it's made my job even harder. Both phones are using a 6.78-inch 720p IPS LCD display that refreshes at 120Hz. And honestly, if I place these two phones side by side without showing you the names, I genuinely don't think most people will be able to tell which is which just by looking at the screen. I actually tried looking for something that will separate them. Maybe one gets noticeably brighter, maybe one has better colors, maybe one has better viewing angles, but in real life, the differences just aren't big enough to matter. Could one of them technically be a tiny bit better? Maybe. But I don't think anyone watching Messi lose the World Cup would care about them being similar. So rather than forcing a winner where there really isn't one, I'm calling this exactly as I see it, another draw. So at this point, you could still make good case for either phone, but then we'll get to the performance, and this is where things stop being so close. The Tecno Spark 50 is powered by the MediaTek Helio G81. Before anyone gets the wrong idea, the G81 isn't a bad processor. If all you do is browse social media, watch YouTube, chat on WhatsApp and play occasional games, it will get the job done just fine. My issue isn't that it's slow, My issue is that Tecno has been relying on this processor for what it feels like forever. At this point, if you have watched enough of my videos, you've probably heard me mention the Helio G81 more times than you can count. Meanwhile, the Hot 70 comes with the newer, much better Helio G100 Ultimate, and that's a much bigger deal than the average buyer might think. It's built on a more efficient 6nm process compared to the Spark 50's 12nm chip, and that difference doesn't just look good on paper, you actually feel it. Apps open a little quicker, switching between multiple apps feels smoother, gaming is much more consistent, and if you're someone who refuses to close background app, I know some of you are guilty of that, the Hot 70 simply handles it better. Now, does that suddenly make the Spark 50 slow? Not at all. In fact, I think most casual users will still be perfectly happy with it. But if we're comparing these two phones side by side, there's really no argument here. The Hot 70 is simply the more capable performer. Speaking of capability, here's something I think a lot of people overlook when buying a smartphone: software updates. Because when you're spending close to 200,000 naira on a phone, chances are you aren't planning to replace it next year. You're probably hoping to last you 3, maybe even 4 years, and that's exactly why this category matters. Both phones are running Android 16 out of the box, and the Spark 50 uses iOS, the Hot 70 uses XOS 16. And to be honest, if you have ever used a Tecno phone before, you feel right at home on an Infinix phone as well. They are both under the same parent company, so the overall experience isn't dramatically different. But here's where things start separating. Infinix has promised 3 major Android updates along with 5 years of security updates for the Hot 70. Tecno, on the other hand, hasn't made that same commitment for the Spark 50. And that's a pretty big deal, because think about it, fast forward 3 years from now, one of these phones is still receiving new Android version, new features and regular security patches. The other one, well, we honestly don't know. And that's not something I'd ignore if I were buying a phone today. People usually focus on cameras and processors, which are obviously important, but software support is one of those things you only start appreciating after owning a phone for a couple of years. So while both phones offer a very similar software experience today, the Hot 70 gives me far more confidence about tomorrow. And for that reason, this category goes to the Hot 70. At this point, the score isn't looking too good for the Spark 50. We've had 2 draws and the Hot 70 has quietly picked up 3 wins. But we're not done yet, because the next category is probably the one I was looking forward to the most. On paper, it looks like an easy win. In reality, it's a lot more interesting than that. Now, let's talk about the battery life, because this is the category I was most curious about before making this comparison. The moment I saw the spec sheets, I thought, well, this would be an easy win for the Spark 50. After all, it packs a massive 6700 mAh battery, while the Hot 70 comes in with a smaller 6000 mAh cell. On paper, that's not even close, but then I remembered something. Battery size is only one part of the story. The processor matters just as much, and since the Hot 70 is running a much more efficient 6nm chipset, it doesn't burn through power as aggressively as the Spark 50's older 12nm processor. So in everyday use, the difference isn't nearly as dramatic as those battery numbers might make you think. Then there's charging, and this is where the Hot 70 completely flips the script. The Spark 50 is limited to 18W fast charging, a downgrade from last year, while the Hot 70 supports 45W. That's more than twice the charging speed. Think about that for a second. With the Spark 50, you're probably plugging in and waiting quite a while before it's ready to go again. The Hot 70, you can plug it while you're getting ready for work or school, come back a little later, and you've already got a decent amount of battery to last the day. That's the kind of convenience you actually notice over time. It also supports reverse wire charging, so if your earbuds or other device is running low, the Hot 70 can help you out there too. So yes, the Spark 50 gives you the bigger battery, but the Hot 70 gives you the overall battery experience. It lasts well, it charges faster, and it offers more flexibility. Now, after seeing the Hot 70 pull ahead in the last few categories, I honestly expected it to do the same thing here in the cameras, but surprisingly, these two phones are a lot closer than I thought. Both of them come with a 50MP main camera, both record video are up to 2K, both have an 8MP selfie camera, and in broad daylight, I genuinely don't think most people will consistently tell the difference between photos taken on these two phones. Now yes, the Hot 70 does have a slightly wider aperture and also includes the notification LED around the camera module, which is a nice design touch, but when it comes to the actual image quality, those differences just aren't big enough for me to confidently say one phone is noticeably better than the other, which ends this final category as a draw. Wow. So after going through all 7 categories, here's how everything played out if I'm being completely honest. The Spark 50 isn't a bad smartphone. It looks premium, display is solid, the cameras are good, and that massive 6700 mAh battery is definitely going to attract a lot of people. But the problem is, your 70 keeps making small improvements in the areas that actually affect your experience every single day. The newer processor makes it feel faster, the longer software support means to stay relevant for years, the AI button and notification lights are features you actually use, and the much faster charging makes living with the phone a whole lot more convenient. These individual upgrades may not sound huge on their own, but when you put them all together, it becomes really hard to ignore that the Hot 70 is the much better phone that I'd recommend over the Spark 50 every single time. If you want to learn more about what the Infinix Hot 70 offers, click the card on your screen right now and I'll tell you all about it.